Carroll Automotive. Glad to have you back.
Thanks for having me.
You were not here last week, but you sent a lovely lady from your shop. She was
Veronica.
terrific. Veronica was really great.
She does a wonderful job.
Yeah, well, we're glad you're back. Eric, Mike.
Yes, Eric.
Mike.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
Any car question you have, get him on the way out. He is the pro.
I have a few.
Advice is always free.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, let's get to those questions because this is a good one and very fitting for today. My husband and I love our two dogs, and they accompany us almost everywhere. When we have to leave them in the car, I prefer to keep the car running with the AC on. My hubby says it's okay for a few minutes when it's not terribly hot out. When is it safe to leave our fur babies alone in the car?
Never.
Yeah, that's
Never.
my answer too.
I'm going to put
Never.
that out just as a never. They can't open the door. They can't unlock the window if something were to happen. If the temperature spikes or it gets really hot in that car, which it tends to do on darker cars, even on days that are milder to us.
Right.
Locked up in that car with that big fur coat on, I'd never leave my dogs in the car alone, especially with it not running in any kind of weather.
Right. Yeah. Is it unsafe, I mean, to leave the car like running, locked, while you run into a store with the dogs inside? What do you think about that?
I don't like that either,
Yeah.
because some vehicles will time out.
Yeah.
If you leave and take the key with you, I know my wife Tiffany has a Honda Pilot, and after about 10 minutes, it will shut itself off if you leave the car running with the key in your pocket. And we don't want to leave the car unlocked with the key in it running, because somebody could just drive away with it. So no, I'd say I don't like that scenario either. And I know this from just being a dog owner. The ASPCA says, please don't leave your dogs in the car unattended at any time. Yeah. Again, they can't advocate for themselves. We have to.
I love that. All right, Eric, you're up next.
Okay.
This next question.
All right, here we go. My 2017 Subaru Crosstrek has a loud clunk when I accelerate onto an on-ramp. I can hear it and feel it in my seat and the floor. I have had it looked at, and the garage could not find what is wrong. What's the next step? The noise is loud and makes me nervous that I will cause further damage, and that comes from KDB.
Yeah.
Well, Katie,
could feel it. It's concerning.
If you can feel any kind of clunk or bump, especially accelerating onto an on-ramp where you're getting up to some highway speeds where it's critical that all your components in your suspension in your vehicle are working properly to keep you safe. I certainly would take it into a shop that could isolate that noise. We have some equipment that have tiny microphones that we place around the vehicle to pinpoint the location of the noise, and from there we can isolate the component.
Okay.
So there are steps to diagnose this problem, but it is a process. I would suggest giving us a call. We could handle that.
Do you think it's a situation too of where she would need to take it to a Subaru dealer? 'Cause I know some with vehicles, some garages can't look at certain cars, Lexus or whatever. Just so would she have to take that to a Subaru dealer to figure out, or something like what you were just offering? Would that be the better way to go?
So the Subaru dealer and what we do are very similar. They are a dealer, they're branded, but we also have that tooling and can handle that. Most independent garages that have kept up with tooling and schooling, which is so important today, because these cars just change so rapidly. Even from the same model year, we can have different technologies that come out, and that's implemented into the car. So a shop that is put together that has invested in their personnel and the tooling required for those personnel to be able to use.
Right on.
And not to put you on the spot, what would be your first guess?
A 2017 Subaru Crosstrek, a loud clunk on a heavy acceleration going onto an on-ramp. Something in the suspension. If she can feel it in her seat, in the floor, it potentially is in the front. If she's not feeling it in the wheel, though, I don't think she mentioned that. So maybe it's something in the back. It could be a U-joint. It could be one of the carrier bearings that hold up the drive shaft that's flexing just a little bit. There's so many different things that it could be. We really need to isolate.
Yeah, Carroll Automotive is your place to go. Thanks, Mike. We love